to evaluate life for transformation. All this month, I am going to be talking about different ways that you can actually create lasting, permanent, positive change in your life. We are still at the top of 2024. Let me turn this down. We are still at the top of 2024, and I thought that this would be the perfect topic to continue on talking about improving your well-being. You know, in January, I talked to you about financial well-being, and we did the Money and Metaphysics Masterclass series, in which I gave you practical and metaphysical tips to improve your finances. But everybody's not working on their finances. People are in different stages and different places in life. So I wanted to give you tools and tips and techniques that you can use to transition from survival mode into a thriving state of existence, or just to improve your overall well-being in case you don't consider yourself a person who is in thriving mode. So that's perfectly okay. Hello, Swaggy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I'm going to do housekeeping in just a moment. I want to go ahead and light one of my incense just to set the mood on this side of the screen. Hopefully that beautiful smoke also makes it to your side of the screen. You all know that I love incense, and this is the Autumn Harvest incense from the Higher Alignment Metaphysical shop. They are hand rolled on lavender stems and coated in crushed crystals. YouTube has actually been asking me recently why I have not been tagging products in my posts. I'm going to make sure that I tag these along with the other resources in the description box. Also, I have this cute evil eye incense holder that my friend Miss Jessica Gordon, the baddest black hypnotherapist in the game, got me from Arizona. So let me go ahead and set this up. Y'all see that smoke billowing. And I have my notes as always down here, so let me go ahead and we're going to get this thing started. If you are ready and you have your pens, papers, notebooks, tablets, recording devices, what I want you to do is go ahead and drop me the word housekeeping in the comment section below. I'm going to quickly go through housekeeping and drop the resources in the chat box like I always do. I don't have my glasses on, so let me zoom in on this text. I'm going to drop the resources in the chat box like I always do, and I am going to put them in the captions in the description box as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Housekeeping item number one, as always, is going to be interaction. As I'm going through the content and the information, please feel free to interact with me. If you have any questions, comments, experiences, drop those in the chat section, or even if you are watching this on the replay, you can drop it in the comment section. I read each comment and I always respond. I want everybody who comes to any of my workshops to get exactly what you need, okay? Housekeeping item number two is going to be sharing is caring. If you know someone who is on their personal development or self-care journey and they are serious about improving their overall well-being, go ahead and share this video with them. Don't be a hater. Do not be stingy with the information. We are here to support the people and to share the love. So go ahead and share this love. If you've been here before and you already know how I do it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It's a free way to support me and what I do and to show YouTube that you enjoy the information that I give you so that they will be able to share with more people. I have three resources that I'm going to quickly go through with you, and we're going to jump on into the content. First is the free mindfulness meditation workshop. In March, right now we're in February. In March, I am going to start really diving deeper into mindfulness meditation. Typically on my channel and in my workshops and things, I've taught you all the beginners techniques, but for a few years I've always wanted to dive deeper if people are willing to dive deeper with me. So if you're someone who's wanted to learn how to meditate, if you are wanting to deepen your meditation practice, maybe you're a beginner and you want to go into intermediate or advanced practice, this is going to be the series for you. So I'm going to start it off with a free workshop called How to Clear Your Mind Using Meditation. A lot of people are misinformed on the actual practice of mindfulness meditation, the technique, the process. So I'm going to dive into that on Saturday, February 24th. So I've put the link to that workshop there so you can go ahead and register. It's a free workshop. It's in the chat, and I'm also going to put it in the description box as well, okay? Let's see, the Learning Myself workshop series. Let me go ahead and highlight that. Every month, I try to put a workshop series or a masterclass series on sale to make sure that you all have the resources that you need. And this month and next month, I'm going to be really talking to you all about this Learning Myself workshop series. It really started out as a series that I did on getting out of codependent relationships and bouncing back. But over time, it has turned into an entire course, 5 modules. There are actually 7 modules in the course now, along with the Learning Myself companion workbook. And it's about how to prioritize your well-being in different areas and different stages of your life. So we're going to be talking a lot about that this evening. So if you're someone who wants to dive deeper into actually creating a self-care practice that is customized to you, making sure that you have deep, meaningful goals that are going to push you forward in transforming your life. If you want to learn how to create your own personal development plan, all of that is in there for you, plus more. My workshops, my masterclass series and my workshop series are originally $149.99. But as always, when we're going through a series, I like to put it on sale. So I have lowered it from $149 to $55. And you can also use like Klarna or Affirm and split it into 4 interest-free installments. So that makes it about $13. $13 every 2 weeks for the entire course. And once again, it comes with the 5 modules. There are 2 updates inside of there as well to make 7 total modules, and a companion workbook that's fillable. It has a beautiful design full of activities and exercises, links to external resources like guided meditations, TED Talks, and all types of things to help you take the information in the actual workshop series, benefit from it, but also to continue moving forward. So that's there for you as well. And the last thing that I have for you is the Personal Inquiry Inventory Workbook. This is going to be the companion workbook that is for this workshop series. So perhaps you're like, I don't want to do an entire course, but I do want to take the information that I am learning this evening as well as over the next month or two and really dive deeper and create those meaningful goals. So this Personal Inquiry Inventory Workbook, it has more than 50 pages of activities and exercises, self-exploration prompts that you can use to identify your true desires in life, as well as to create a plan in order to actually get there. A lot of people, have goals, they have desires, but they don't make a plan. And if they do make a plan, maybe it's not a good plan. I want you to have a good plan so you are able to make that transformation in your life. So if the information that I talked to you about this evening benefits you and you're like, I really love it and I want to dive in deeper, check those resources out, okay? In the meantime, in between time, let's go ahead and jump on into the main content. So tonight we're going to be talking about evaluating life in order to create change and transformation and progress. Typically, when people talk about they want to make changes in their life, or when I work with clients one-on-one, one of the things that we do in the first session is actually just get oriented. Sometimes you ask people, what is it that you want? They say, I want to make a change in my life. I want to improve my life. But that doesn't actually mean anything. You want to be a little bit more targeted than that. That life is a very general term, and just saying you want to have a change in your life or a transformation in your life is not enough to actually create positive progress and lasting transformation. So I do have an audience question for you. If you're watching this on the replay, you can pause the video after I give it to you. Go ahead and take a few minutes and journal about this prompt. I want you to journal about what do you want to change, transform, or improve about your life? What do you want to change, transform, or improve about your life? Take a moment to write that down. If you're watching this live, I'm going to give you just a few seconds to jot a few notes down. If you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and pause the video before we get into the nitty gritty. I want you to be able to take the information that I'm giving you today and tailor it to your personal situation and your current experience in life, okay? I'm drinking some blackberry sage oolong tea. It's been my thing for the past few evenings, so I have to wet my whistle while I'm talking a lot, and giving you all time to write down what exactly it is that you want to change, transform, or improve about your life. Okay, while you're doing that, let me go on with my information. Here on Higher Alignment, I teach you all about personal development, self-care, personal development, and metaphysics. But let's focus on personal development just for a moment. That's the domain that we're kind of in right now. What does personal development mean from the higher alignment perspective? This means making changes to your thoughts, beliefs, and patterns of behavior. There are two approaches that I think about to personal development: a top-down approach and a bottom-up approach. Top-down is typically what I see most. So at the very top, the larger perspective, the bigger perspective, people may see, you may experience things in your life that you don't like. You may have certain habits that you are engaging in. There may be aspects of life that have manifested for you, poor situations, problems in your relationships, problems with money, problems in your career, not being connected with yourself, experiencing anxiety or depression, or just being in some sort of situation that is not working for you. And you're like, okay, I want to make a change. Well, at the top, you're looking at the external appearances, but there is a reality, a metaphysical reality that is below the surface. And that metaphysical or energetic reality really are the thoughts, beliefs, and the patterns of behavior are right at that threshold. So you have thoughts that come into your mind, thoughts that you engage in continuously solidify into beliefs. Your beliefs and your belief systems, you act from that place. Your beliefs and your belief systems determine how you view the world, how you feel like you need to move and operate in the world in order to get the outcomes that you want. So you engage in certain actions. Those repetitive actions turn into your habits, and your habits make up your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is what you experience externally. So that's the top-down approach. Seeing something, from your external experience, your external perception, and saying, I don't like that, I want to make a change. And then the bottom-up approach, we're dealing with the same aspects, but it's just a different approach. You already know about metaphysics. You already know about the things that are not working for you, but you're like, you know what? I want to get to the root of the issue, and I want to deal with those thoughts and those beliefs and those emotions and that energy that is underlying everything. I would suggest this approach because that's what's going to actually help you make that permanent, lasting change. Getting it from the root. If we think about your lifestyle as a plant, if you just cut off the leaves and the flowers and the fruit on the end, those things just grow back and they manifest in a different way. But if you pull it up by the root, then you can plant something entirely new in that space that will produce the fruit and the manifestations and the experiences in life that you truly want. So going back to the question that I asked you, what do you want to change, transform, or improve about your life? Okay? And I want you to think about the aspects of your thoughts, beliefs, patterns of behavior, habits, and how those manifest into the lifestyle that you want, and what is underlying that lifestyle and what is going to underlie your new lifestyle. Okay? So let's talk about being specific versus being general. This is my next point. So hopefully you all are taking notes. Being specific versus being general. So if you're just like, what I said in the beginning of the workshop, I just want to make a change in life. You're looking from a top-down approach at your external experiences, those external manifestations, those situations, and you're like, I don't like this. I want to make a change in life. That's good, but it's not going to get you all the way there. I want you to get all the way to where you want to be. Okay? So you need to be a bit more specific. When you're specific, you can be targeted. You want to look at where you are specifically, where you want to be specifically, and then you can create an action plan, goals, steps, tasks that you can do that are measurable. Perhaps you have heard of SMART goals, the SMART goals acronym: specific, measurable, actionable. I should have written this down. I forget what the R is. But the T is time. Let me look it up. I have my computer right here. SMART goals system. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable. Some I have also heard the A as actionable, relevant, and time bound. These are the parameters that you can keep in mind in order to make sure that the goals and the system that you are setting up for yourself is actually going to work. Okay? But if you say, being a little bit more specific, but still general, getting more specific, some people may say, I want to improve my finances. I want to eat better. I want to exercise more. That's better, but it's still not good enough. Okay? So think about someone who's saying, I want to improve my finances. That's cool, but it's still not going to get you to that place where you have that SMART goal system. You want to be a little bit more specific, that S. So saying something like, I want to save $10,000 this year. I want to minimize my expenses in 2 months. I want to repair my credit within a 6-month time span. If you're like, I want to eat better, I want to have better health, that's good, but that's still a little bit too general. You want to be a little bit more specific. So you can say, I want to eat a plant-based diet. I want to eat a whole foods diet. I want to shift my eating habits, and I want to eliminate as much sugar and as much fried foods as possible. And I want to introduce more fruits and more vegetables, higher quality meats and grains into my diet. You see how this is very specific, and now you are actually able to measure what it is that you want, measure those goals, and you're going to be able to tell if you are making steps and progress towards the change that you wish to make. So this is how you actually create permanent, lasting progress, transformation, and change in your life. You want to be specific. You don't want to be general. Okay? So the same thing. If you're like, I want to get my fitness together. It's a little bit, that's better than saying I want to have a better life. You're saying I want to get my fitness together, but you still want to be more specific. So you could say, I want to engage in a daily yoga practice. I want to go to the gym Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. and take Saturday and Sunday off. Something like that, so be very specific. Go ahead and look back at the question, the answer that you gave at the beginning of what change, transformation, or improvements do you want to make in your life. And I want you to think about your original answer. How general or how specific was it? If you find that your answer was very general, see if there is a way that you can make your answer a bit more specific so you can come up with targeted goals and steps that are going to take you from where you are to where you want to be. From where you are to where you want to be. See if you can do that. I'm going to give you just a moment just to write down a few notes, get what you need. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, then you have the benefit. You can pause the workshop and, answer the questions, take notes, and as you're going along, make the information work for you. Okay? And then I'm going to give you the 7 ways that you can evaluate life to make that permanent, lasting, positive change, and take everything that I've given you thus far and make it even more specific. That word keeps coming back up. Specific, specific, specific. Targeted, targeted, targeted. To make things more achievable for you, more manageable for you, and more personalized for you. That way you're actually able to make that transformation that you want. A tool that I love to use with my clients in my practice is called the 7 areas of life. The 7 areas of life framework. So it takes life as a general topic and breaks it down so that you can make the changes that you want to make in life. And a lot of times when you ask someone, okay, what do you want in life? A lot of people will talk about the things that they don't want in life. And that's okay. If you're focused on the negative or the contrast, what you want to do is see what that negativity or that contrast is showing you. You don't want to get stuck in this pattern of complaining about what you see, and then continuously seeing what you complain about. So if you find that you're just in that negative mode, give yourself some grace, but also understand that that negativity and that negative energy and that negative emotion needs to be alchemized, needs to be transformed into something more positive, and you do that through creating those goals. So just to give you an example, this is one that I always use. Say you're in a bad relationship, a relationship with a lover, a partner. It doesn't even have to be a lover or partner. It could be friend, family member, whoever. And you find that this person is constantly lying to you. They are, we're going to say that they're being dishonest with you. They're lying to you. They're constantly being dishonest with you. Your first thought may be to continuously complain about the fact that Susie Q or James is lying to you, and all they do is be dishonest. Every word that comes out of their mouth is a lie. You can't trust them. You don't believe anything that they say. And it's easy to get into this rut of just continuously complaining. Then every time you see that person, you see what you complain about and you complain about what you see. But truthfully, you want a change in life. So you want to ask yourself, okay, what is this negative experience teaching me? Well, it's teaching me that I want more honesty and integrity in my relationships. Okay, so that's getting me closer to that transformation. I want more honesty and integrity in my relationships. How can I do that? Probably by bringing more honesty and integrity into my life. Clearly, I can't control everyone else. Only thing I can control is me. So you could start by saying, how can I be more honest with myself? How can I be more integrable with myself? How can I be more honest with those around me and the world at large? How can I bring that integrity into my lifestyle? Over time, as you identify that and then create those goals, you'll find that, and this is just my example, you can apply it to anything. You'll find that the people who are dishonest and who are lying to you, they're going to pick up on that energy that's just not going to work with you. And they're going to go try that with someone else. They're going to stop trying that with you. You're going to find that your relationships with others will improve. They're going to be more honest because that's the energy that you're putting out. Your relationship with yourself will feel better. You'll feel more grounded and more stable within yourself, more confident. And the relationship that you have with the world will also change. Okay? So that's just a little example of how you can use a contrasting or negative experience and actually create change from that. You don't want to stay stuck in that cycle of complaining and seeing what you complain about, okay? What I want to do is give you the 7 areas of life. And these are the 7 ways that you can break life down, evaluate your life in order to make that positive transformation that's going to be lasting and permanent. Okay, so get ready. I'm going to list them off. I'm going to leave a few seconds of space for you to take notes and write them down. The first area of life is health and fitness. Health and fitness. So a lot of times people are like, I want to get my life together. I want to improve my life. For some people, that may mean health and fitness. They haven't identified that, or they haven't put a word to it, but that may be the word for them, health and fitness. Okay. The second area of life is going to be relationships. Go ahead and write that one down. Relationships. This could be your relationship with yourself, self-love, self-care, self-confidence. This could be your relationship with other people, friends, family members, loved ones, co-workers, acquaintances, strangers. And also your relationship with the world around you, your experiences, your thoughts, your beliefs about how the world works and how the world operates. Some people are very paranoid. There's a word that's the opposite of paranoia called pronoia, where you believe that things are constantly working out in your favor. The universe, the divine, has your best interest at heart and is constantly leaving you clues and signs leading you to better and better situations, better and better things, okay? So you have health and fitness, you have relationships. Number 3 is going to be career. Your career, what it is that you do in the world as far as your vocation or your career or your job or your work. The 4th area is going to be finance, money and finances. This is a big topic. When we were talking in last month in the Money and Metaphysics Masterclass series, I tried to impress upon you all that your overall well-being is directly impacted by your financial well-being. Some people are not money people. Some people are, don't like the isms and things like that. But if you're in Western society, it doesn't really matter what you think. It's going to be very hard for you to get around that if you don't have enough money in your account, if you're living check to check, if you have poor credit, if you have poor money habits, if you're not managing your credit cards, if you're in debt, this is going to make it so that you don't have the opportunities to live where you want, to live how you want, to have certain experiences in life, to be able to go on vacation. When you have financial hardship, this literally creates a life in survival mode, living in fear, living in lack, feeling like you don't have enough money, you don't have enough resources, you don't have enough opportunity, and your well-being suffers. Okay, so you have health and fitness, relationships, career, finance. Your 5th area is going to be personal development. So these are going to be your personal goals, the goals that you have for your intrinsic own well-being. Maybe there are things that you want to learn in life. Maybe you want to pick up a new hobby. You want to learn martial arts. You want to learn how to dance. You want to do something that is just for you. You want to do something that's just for you, that's going to give you this internal feeling of satisfaction, of gratitude, of bliss and positivity. You're not doing it for other people. It's personal development, okay? Your sixth area of life is going to be spirituality. So this could be your religious practices, your spiritual practices, your connection with the divine, your connection with nature. However you think about spirituality and this connection to something larger and bigger than yourself. For many people, this gives them a sense of peace and groundedness, a sense of place in the world, a place to go to when things don't quite make sense, to call upon a higher power to give that energy so that you can receive it back, to be a part of something bigger than yourself, spirituality or religion. And then the last area of life is going to be recreation. We're not doing all of this personal development work and self-care work just to be working and not actually enjoy life. How many vacations did you take last year? How much fun did you have? How much time did you give yourself to rest and relax? If you don't have those base needs, those basic needs, food, water, shelter, money taken care of, then you're not going to have much time for rest and restoration and relaxation and vacation and enjoyment with your friends, family members, and loved ones, or even with yourself. And that's what you want. You're doing the work so that you can have more time to enjoy life. So it's not about just doing the work just to do the work. Hopefully this all makes sense. Running back through those 7 areas of life really quickly. Go ahead and take notes. Health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, and recreation. So go back to the question that I asked you at the beginning of this workshop. What change, what improvements, what transformation do you want to make in your life? Let's say that you were very general, and then over the workshop, you've gotten a bit more specific with the first thinking points that I gave you. You've gotten a bit more specific. Maybe you have one goal, maybe you had many goals, maybe you have one thing you want to transform, maybe you had many things. Then I want you to think about what areas of life or area of life do your desires for transformation fall into? What areas of life are you predominantly focused on that you feel would improve your overall well-being if you had some change there? You can also look at what areas of life are stressing you out the most. You can take it from that perspective. What areas of life are stressing me out the most, or where do I find the most imbalance? And then once you have identified that, you can create goals using that same SMART system that we talked about in order to transform the energy in that area of your life or those areas of your life. Okay? Transformation is absolutely achievable for you. It's going to take some work, but the work doesn't have to be hard. Think about it as fun. It's fun because it's leading you to the place where you truly want to be. And once you're on that path, you're on it. So hopefully this workshop has given you some thinking points, some insights, some clues, some information on how you can begin to make that transformational journey. But I want to bring back up those resources for you in case this is where you currently are at the top of the year or anytime you see this workshop. 1, the Personal Inquiry Inventory Workbook. It is divided down into the 7 areas of life. Let me put this back in here for you. Each of those areas of life has 2 sections of activities. There is a section of activities called the self-exploration prompts. You answer the questions there, and then you go on to the coordination activities. The coordination activities ask you to look back at the answers that you have already given, and then it gives you some thinking points to put things into perspective and to connect the dots in a way that you previously didn't see it. From there, you will be able to identify what it is that you truly want and desire, And then it will ask you questions that you can consider to make strategic goals that you can implement today in order to be on that path. So there are more than 50 pages of activities in that workbook. Right now, I have put it on sale for 50% off. Originally, it's $22.22, and it is now $11.11. The Learning Myself workshop series. If you want, a little bit more, you're like, I really, really, really want to make a change. I'm giving you all the information in the chat. If you're like, I really, really, really want to make a change, but I need something a bit more heavy duty than the workbook, go ahead and enroll in the Learning Myself workshop series. If you click on the link, you'll be able to see the course curriculum. So it's going to bring up all of the individual workshops within the course. You'll be able to see how long each workshop is. Each one is about 45 minutes to an hour. So there's about 6 to 7 hours worth of content in there. And it also comes with its own companion workbook. It's not the personal inquiry inventory workbook, but the workbook has activities that are geared towards each of the modules. So it's structured in a way that is going to take you through excavating your life, what is currently going on in your current experience of life, and to create change in multiple areas, to identify your stressors and turn those around to decrease your stress by making a strategic self-care routine that's going to work for you. I give you the characteristics of an effective self-care routine. It goes through an entire module on goals, which is what we're talking about this evening. And you can take the information from this live workshop and apply it to that as well, breaking those goals down into the 7 areas of life, evaluating your life in those 7 areas. Is going to help you identify your true desires that will offer you the improved well-being that you want, and help you discover meaningful goals and plan those goals out in a way that is actually going to get you to where you want to be. There is a day on creating your own personal development plan. And there are a few more modules in there to help you get, things together. So go ahead and take a look at that. I've lowered it from $149 to $55. And, you can also split the $55 into 4 interest-free installments using like Klarna or Affirm. It'll be right there at the checkout for you. So it'll basically be $13 every 2 weeks. Okay. And the last resource, if you're someone who wants to dive even deeper, maybe you find that you want help from me personally, you want to work with me one-on-one, what I would advise you to do is book a free 20-minute discovery call with me. And I just dropped that link in the chat box for you as well. Everything will also be linked in the description box. But you can book a free 20-minute discovery call with me. That way we can talk about your goals and your obstacles. I can help you make a plan. And we can talk about ways that I can personally help you, teaching you different techniques, whether they be practical or metaphysical, and how I can help you and hold you accountable each step of the way on your transformation journey. Okay? So I hope that this information this evening really helped you out in order to identify what's going on in your life and begin creating those steps towards permanent, lasting, positive transformation and change. Okay? I'm going to head out of here. I'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. for the next workshop. You can follow me on Instagram, and I'm giving you information all this month and next month on different ways that you can improve your overall well-being. Okay? If you need me, you know where to find me. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I will see you back next Thursday. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.